What's up, everybody? If anyone's here, I'll be impressed because I didn't really advertise this at all. um, in fact, I'm really trying to find a day to do this, like weekly. I never really established that with my channel. I kind of do with my watch parties. My watch parties are like Fridays, Saturdays kind of thing, but uh, I think in the successful YouTuber book or streamer book for Twitch as well, I think it's something like you need a constant schedule, consistency, all this work, work, work. And I was thinking about it because this weekend I took a little vacation for, I want to say, probably, all right. Do you count it? Okay, the day you go, you drive to the location of your vacation, and then you have your vacation day. And then the next day you leave, you come back. The day you go there and the day you leave, do you count that as part of your vacation? I don't know. Because part of it, you have to get there. Maybe that's part of the fun of it too, but I don't know. But, anyways, for one full day, I was away from the world. Went to Hicksville with a good friend. We had a good time there, just relaxing, doing whatever it felt like doing. It was pretty hot, but it was beautiful. It was out in the desert, and I got to see the stars at night. That was the highlight. Seeing the stars at night was amazing because then you get to see it all so clear. Oh, Sean Franklin, what's up, man? Shout out to you. Thanks for cruising by and saying hi. Uh, much love to you, Sean Franklin. Shout out to Sean Franklin. Hope you're doing well. So, anyways, watching the stars in a clear night where you can see every single star is something you get in nature. When you're in the city, there's too much smoke in the air, smog, if you will, so much clutter. You can't even see the stars, maybe just the planets that shine down, maybe a few. You can see all the shooting stars. It's nice. That was peaceful. That was really cool. What's going on? What do you think? NXT and TNA wrestling crossover. I think it should be with WWE, honestly. But I'm not surprised since Vince left and it wasn't part of the show. Uh, I've noticed that they let wrestlers do what WWE would never let them do before. Like they let Shayna Baszler compete in perform at indie shows for GCW. That was pretty huge. So I think it'd be good. It's good exposure to um, the WWE crowd because unless you watch all wrestling, if you just watch WWE, you have no idea of the talent and the variety out there. So more exposure to more art of the pro wrestling sport is a good thing, and this helps them. I think that's great, and it's cool. I still don't watch WWE. I have to keep up with Stardom. I have to keep up with AEW. I have to keep up with NJPW. I have to keep up with Kitsune Wrestling. I have to keep up with the other show I watch, CMLL, and maybe AAA. But I got a lot of wrestling to catch up on. So unfortunately, WWE is at the bottom of the list, around there. Um, I can't even catch up with TNA, but I catch up with them when I can because their women's division is fire right now. So it's a lot. So I just got prioritized. So I'm not boycotting it. I just don't watch it. Hey, Taladia Plays, what's up? Glad you're here, brother. Everyone, like, subscribe, and follow Taladia Plays. Homie's legit. Yo, whoa, where you guys are coming from? I had no announcement. The Batfleck movie is here. Say his name, and he'll appear. I believe in Joe Hendry. Clap, clap. Oh, what's up? Very glad you swinging by on all platforms. We are live here on my YouTube channel, my main hub. That's the one you gotta love and support. But if you're on the X, Twitter, definitely check it out. And if you're on Twitch, follow me there and check it out. We're all triple. I'm trying to do Instagram, but Instagram is a little mad at your boy because I've been spitting too much truth about what's going on in Palestine. And if you haven't seen the thumbnail, we got a list of things I want to get through. And first off, we always have to talk about Palestine. Now, the thing is, I never saw myself as being an activist, but I am by definition after what I've been doing for so many movements and things I've been a part of. Because I believe the power is with the people, and people should come first. A lot of our politicians, I feel they are not that. Like, all our comic book stuff, all the Lex Luthors, all the Maxwell Lords, all those people. Yeah, it's mostly DC that I can think of at the top of my head. But we're dealing with that in real life, just without the superpowers and all that. Hey, thank you, Free Palestine. Much love. See, Bruce Wayne knows. Batman knows. Batman would do a thing. There was a march in London after the election for Palestine. I saw bits of that. That's good. There's some wins, but the thing is, for me, every day that goes by that there is no end to the occupation, no ceasefire, innocent people are dying, and that is a problem with me. I can't stand that. I have few things that piss me off, but the few things that do piss me off is like, you're blacklisted in my life or something like that. Harming innocent people, especially children, is a big no-no for me. And if you see my content, or if this is your first time here, on my channel, I pretty much do whatever I want. It's gaming, it's my opinions, it's my expression, it's my artistic opinions, and I'll be premiering or debuting a lot of my art in the days coming. I just got to figure out what to do about it. If we're extra lucky, I will show you some of my art today. That's the bonus. I should do some more bonus stuff. Last time I said if I got 20 viewers, I would do a bonus where I'd do nunchucks in front of you guys. I'm glad I used my practice ones because they flew out of my hand and hit the window. Good times. So yeah, we're just chilling here. I hope you're well. But yeah, like I was saying, we got a list of things to go through of what I'm talking about. And first part, where's my overlays? First part is talking about Palestine. There we go. This is the first of the agenda today, or not the agenda. What is it? The plan, the layout, the schedule. Anyways, before I get to all the fun stuff, we have to talk about Palestine, like I said, because I'm continuing to do my art entertainment stuff and covering whatever I do here on this channel, like I do. But I also need to normalize talking about what's right and wrong. Now, it's not politics at all. When it comes to right and wrong, there's nothing political. I'm inventing words here. There's nothing political about right and wrong. When something's political about right and wrong, then you're eliminating the wrongness because you're saying that there's a point of view or there's a equal side to both cases. Now, many cases that could be true. And but when it comes to right and wrong, it's not political when it's hurting someone. It's not political when it's abusing someone. To kill someone is not political. I think there's only political reasons to justify a wrong, but still, then you're into another realm of talking about something else and moving further away from the wrongness that is at hand. I hope I'm explaining myself right here, but I guess it's I feel there's no morality in politics, and that's a problem. And we need to educate ourselves because at this point, how it's been 10 months since this Nakba 2 has started. And if you don't know what that is, check out my other videos. I explain everything in over detail. It's kind of what I do here. So everything's literally out in the open. Things I've been saying 2-3 months ago are coming out now by bigger sources, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, they're doing this. Well, your boy Kojay and a whole bunch of other people have been telling you so for a long time. People have been at this longer than me. It's just, I feel that's a responsibility. If I could help open the minds and awaken the hearts of people to what's really going on, it might help save lives, you know? Awareness goes a long way, you know? So, where to begin? Where to begin? I guess we could begin with the liar. So, July 24th, America has a chance to do the right thing. We have the opportunity to arrest a war criminal. Benjamin Milkowski, I'm sorry, the name he likes to go by is Netanyahu, which is not his real name. But, you know, if he likes to be called by a certain name, whatever. But he is going to be addressing Congress here on the 24th. He's going to be on American grounds. Well, some of his other minions are. So I'm saying what we could do is our government has a chance to arrest this guy. Seriously, he'll be on our grounds. All they have to do is go up to him. Charges have been laid to you from the ICJ and ICC, and you're under arrest, homie. Sorry, no more killing innocent people. I don't think that's going to happen. But if our leaders in power have any moment to do the right thing, it is that. The only problem is all these deals that they have in motion and they set up with creating this terrorist state, it's all to make money. The cries of innocent people didn't make them budge. The deaths and proof of many innocent children killed and slaughtered in the most brutal ways, up to today, it's continuous, isn't enough to make them let go of their money. So would they arrest their homie who's helping them make their money? Because this government, the politicians here, they honor only one thing. They worship God, G-O-D. Not the God you and I believe in, hopefully. As in God in heaven, Allah, you know, the one and only God, the Father. These people like G-O-D, guns, oil, and dollars. And I think they're too loyal to that. Oh, this is very kind, bro. Your voice matters and you are very influential. You are making a difference. I hope I am. I don't know. I got 621 smart people in the world. That is the amount of followers I have on my subscribers I have on my YouTube. But that's still more than 3. So maybe you're right. But I'm going to keep trying. So we're going to react to some clips. I've been away for a while touching this subject, but before we get into it, I want to advertise something I'm working on. Look right here. Pow! Whoa. So your boy Kojay is going to be doing an audio reading. Do I have the book with me? Do I have the... No, I do not. Maybe it's over there. I don't know. My place is a mess. So anyways, whoa, 42 viewers. I feel love. Thank you. So your boy Kojay is going to be doing an audio reading of this book. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read it in chapters and in parts. I feel you should read it. However, I might have to do the whole reading because I found this is difficult to find. They're silencing the truth. Why are they silencing the truth? And I'm saying the people in power who are supporting the terrorist state of Israel. I'm going to use coding here so the word gets out. Because check this out. I posted this. This is a picture from National Geographic magazine, printed in 1947. National Geographic, ladies and gentlemen, in 1947. And check this out. Freaking Meta on Instagram flagged this from the facts police. Wait, what is it called? Fact checkers. That's always sketchy. If you have a certain group of people who are going to be making sure everything's the truth, I don't know. I smell some kind of rotten tomatoes, rotten vegetables about that. It's like you could just pay anyone to tell you what's the truth or not and have the authority to flag the truth and say it's a lie. And then by your authority, You could tell people what is the truth. And what's funny is I clicked on the fact check, and what the fact check did, it just highlighted the formation of Israel without the slaughter and genocide. It didn't say, the fact check didn't say this was wrong, but it was labeled misleading information. But when I click the link that it gives you to give you the right information, all it did was give us information about Israel, but didn't say any of this was a lie. Yet, how many people would look at something and see a fact check, and if they believe the fact check final word, and it says misleading, then they have every belief to not believe any of this truth that has been known for thousands of years. I'm saying thousands of years because God has seen everything. So, yeah, that was very, very weird. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Palestine as it has been for a long, long time. The Palestinian people have actually been discovered to be the descendants of the first Hebrews of that area and the Canaanites who lived in that area for so many years, generations and generations and generations and generations and generations, times 12 times 15 times 100. The dawn of time, ladies and gentlemen. People have been living there, but we have Mr. Liar telling us otherwise. And this is something the Nazis did about the Jewish people, which is wrong. You shouldn't lie to force a truth that isn't there. But hey, let's check it out. Check out this folio. And here's a clip from Instagram. If you want to see all these clips, check out me on Instagram. I post and share everything, except I can't go live because for some reason I'm still restricted. I wonder why. Freaking Meta in league with the devil. Here we go.
If any people rebuilt their home from nothing, from barren, wasted land, it's the Jewish people. It's a vast wasteland. We traveled for a whole day. We didn't see, in the Galilee, we didn't see a human being, one single human being. Jerusalem sits in sackcloth and ashes. When will the Jews come back and bring this land to life? And the answer is right then. We came back, brought it back to life. There were Arabs living here, but it was, as I say, a barren wasteland. But Arabs began to immigrate naturally because we created a rise in the standard of living that attracted Arabs from neighboring states. Those Arabs are now the descendants of those Arabs who migrated as a result of the Jewish return. Many of them now are considered Palestinians.
Wow. All those lies. So apparently, according to this folio, there was nothing there. It was a barren wasteland. And it wasn't until they walked for a day from wherever you can walk in a day to get to this land from wherever you came. Like, can you walk from Poland to Palestine in a day? I don't know. But hey, apparently he was there. Dude, his nose just like, brr. Anyways, so I love how this clip, it shows the truth below him. And there's a book out there I want to buy. It has like pictures of Palestine from like 1919 to 1945. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful because a lot of the Muslims, Jews, and Christians lived in peace and harmony for a long time. And it was a lot of the Muslims that kept them safe too. But hey, history. Now let's play another clip for y'all of an Israeli historian. And listen to him carefully. The video actually cuts out when he says Palestine. And I think that's pretty smart because then otherwise he'd be fact checked if he just says the word Palestine. Well, we're at 50 views. Thank you so much, people. Hope you have enjoyed the show. Stick on through. We're going to have a good time. So, yeah, let's check out this Israeli historian.
Even some of the leaders of the Jewish community themselves wrote in their diaries that what the Israelis did in October 1948 was not very different from what the Nazis did in the Second World War. The Israelis already in August 1948 began an operation in order to wipe out any residue and remnant of the Palestinian existence in Palestine. They built Jewish colonies and settlements over the destroyed Palestinian villages, quite often giving them a Hebrew name that resembled the Arab name of the village. Thus, Safuria became Tzipori, Lubia became Lavi, and so on. On other villages, the Israeli planted forests. The Israelis imported 10,000 pine trees from Europe to to cover the Palestinian villages. I can tell you, as a second generation of European settler, that we don't do well in the climate of the Middle East, and the same happened to the pine trees of Israel. Many of them became very ill, and where they died, the old orchards and olive trees came back to claim their presence on the land that used to be Palestine.
Oh, he did say Palestine. I thought they cut it out of the word. Huh. Well, there you go. So you have a historian, an Israeli historian, telling you that Palestinians lived there for a long time. The olive branch trees lived there very well. And then when you import a tree, okay, so here's the thing. I live in California, and there's a lot of artificial nature built in here. Like, I see some trees that don't belong in certain areas in California, and they're just mixed in with other trees that don't belong in California or in that region. And you have to have the right water system, the right amount of sunlight to combat with the climate of the humidity or lack thereof, depending on what that tree is built to endure and survive. Trees are not all the same, as we all know. So you can't just plant a tree without fitting the tree's needs and assume it will live just because it's ground and there's sky, and then you can give it water or hope it rains. So even that won't survive. So it's not a natural situation. To make it natural, you'd have to force and create something around it. So I'm not comparing trees to people, but there is some, analogies you can drive from there. But anyways, this historian is saying that many from generations ago that the slaughter of Palestinians happened because destroying the villages of the people who were there, the Palestinian land that was there that they had to build on. And yet Mr. Malkowski is saying something otherwise. So isn't it a bad thing when leaders lie and then get caught? But yet these guys keep their job. It's like a failing director failing his way up and gets more big budgeted, high focused films of comic book movies. Something's fishy. But anyways, in case any of you are disbelieving, here's a cool clip I found about the history of Palestine.
Amid the fabled hills of Judea in Southwest Asia stands Jerusalem, the capital of Palestine.
Palestine was a thriving, populous country with a strong economy, with a political life, with a very strong culture, very diverse, very tolerant, going back as far as history can record.
The British government's policy in Palestine, a policy which, if continued, will surely have as a result the replacement of the Arabs by the Jews. The British government imposed the Balfour Declaration, which is abhorred by all Arabs in the Near East.
As a new Jewish state is born.
It's the Nakba, which means catastrophe in Arabic.
A world story that will not put up with gas game battle dress, determined to defend the state after so much of struggle and effort and sacrifice and longing prayer through the centuries, that finally by the grace of God in reconciliation.
Stop the war in Palestine.
The murder of the United Nations mediator, Count Bernadotte. Haganah troops have driven the Arabs out of the beleaguered city, taking many prisoners. Jaffa itself has become an almost deserted city, most of the 70,000 inhabitants having left when the state of Israel was proclaimed.
Entire cities were taken. Entire cities. Haifa, Ramle, Lid, Biafra, Jerusalem, on and on and on. Entire cities.
Yeah, so, barren wasteland, huh? Netanyahu's a liar, but we see the history that they're trying to avoid. See, if you believe his story, you would not know the slaughter, the brutality of killing a lot of people just to take land, to take it as your own. build up some society, and then do ethnic cleansing of a demographic of people you don't like. A majority of people who are darker in skin complexion. That's really what the rest of the world on the East think. You step out of America, step out of our entertainment dome. Entertainment, not factual. Entertainment dome, this dome that confuses us, distracts us from being assertive to educate ourselves. See, that's the biggest threat. And I took it as a joke as a kid. I was like, you just need to be smart so you can get a job. No, you need to be smart so you can make the right choices in life and better yourself. Be kind to your neighbor and make a society or contribute to society that is for the people, and we all prosper. The thing is, I think there's powers that be that want to force create their societies. I can't even say it right. For their world domination plans. And I saw a video of the mysteries of It Isn't Real revealed or uncovered. It was a cool watch party. It's part of the my Kojay's Corner, so check it out. And it's really bothersome. Why would people lie? Now we're gonna go back to this event. I'm trying to find. You're just gonna hear me hum until I find it. You see, I try and get all these organized for y'all right after work so I could put on a good show and all that good stuff. But it's important we cover what we need to cover because innocent people should not have to die over this. This is very bothersome. What's going on? The fact that my taxpayer monies are going into killing children, I don't like that. None of us should. I hear always people I hear some people make the complaint like, I don't want my tax dollars going to immigrants who don't even belong to be here, and I'm paying for them to have a cushy life or whatever. If that is legit your problem, then you're saying that is more of a problem than innocent children being killed. You're saying that's more of a problem than innocent people being slaughtered and tortured. Come on now. I smell something folly. All right, we'll check out this guy at a protest. He has something really good to say.
Does Israel have the right to defend itself? Israel has no right to be there. Israel has no right to exist because its right to existence is based on denying the right of the Palestinians for self-determination. No one has self-determination if they deny it to others. This is what they are doing. They are genociders and they should go away from Palestine if they don't want to live in peace with the Palestinians. The Palestinians accept all Jews who want to live in peace. Those that don't should go away. There's no place for them in Palestine.
What message would you give to a Jew or Israeli that says that Israel is the promised land by God?
If somebody came to your home and said 2,000 years ago, a friend of mine promised me this place and now I want it back. I mean, this is nonsense. They are settler colonialists. They took Palestine by force.
Now, it's really bullshit. Sorry for cursing. It's really nonsense that people think this is a religious thing. That's just another excuse. True, a majority of Gazans and Palestinians are Muslim, especially in Palestine. But you know, a majority of, or amount of them, I don't know the percentages, but there are Christian Palestinians. There are Jewish Palestinians, and they're all living together. It's the fact that they're Palestinian, that they're proof that they are the original inhabitants of that land. And they need to go away for Israel's great Israel empire to be made, or great kingdom of Israel, as they say. And we've also gone over that. The great Israel. Here's a little reminder. I played it before, but we're going to go through it.
Eventually, our borders will extend from Lebanon to the Great Desert, which is Saudi Arabia, and then from the Mediterranean to the Euphrates. And who's on the other side of the Euphrates? The Kurds. And the Kurds are our friends. So we have the Mediterranean behind us, the Kurds in front of us, Lebanon, which really needs the umbrella of protection of Israel. And then we're going to take, I believe we're going to take Mecca, Medina, and Mount Sinai and purify those places.
You know, it's...
It was a long time ago, and he said purify those places. It's all out in the open, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that I feel, and I've known that there's always this narrative war to get the people to look a certain way. Now, I've said before on this channel that COVID proved something that the government, I think, found valuable, which is you could have a nationwide threat and a narrative that is for it, against it, and countering it in 3 different angles. And they found out that no matter how much loudness is on either side, if there's enough loudness on this side and enough on this side, then they could do what they want because the people are divided. Now, if everyone was voicing up on one side, even the third, all on one big side, they would lose their support, they would lose their credibility, and they can't move. But now, since COVID proved that you could split the people in half and still go about your ways of whatever your goal is, no one's going to stop you except you, and you being the people in power. So you'll have the American people here, and then, you know, the politicians will just take us down, you know? And I don't like that. Here we go. The Greater Israel idea was never seriously considered, even by most batshit crazy Zionists. That'd be good to know. I believe this is a thing in power, but that whole design we've seen on the arms of some soldiers, certain units of soldiers, and either way, this labeling neighboring countries as villains is quite concerning to me, even especially Lebanon, you know? So it's heavy. It's heavy. I really can't find my video. I should have labeled it. But ladies and gentlemen, come on. Killing people is totally wrong, and feel that it's advertised a certain way to get a certain pull, and like the lie about beheaded babies. There was no picture shown to the public. Just even the president himself, he said he's seen them, but there's none. So he also is a liar. And I got to be careful with that. Last time I made a little expose video on Joe Biden, YouTube put me in the naughty bin before the video could finish processing. But see, I was on vacation when all this happened. Not all this happened, but when that one attack on October 7th happened. And I've covered on my channel, showing you helicopter footage or proof of it, of the Israeli forces bombing and killing their own people and then blaming Hamas for it. And I think that's all on purpose because they needed it. And they also needed to stage something very crazy. They had the I think it was this video. That's some crazy stuff. That stuff's coming out too. So check it out later when you can. I will go into more detail of that. And I see someone's not happy. So sorry if a lot of this stuff bothers you. I'm just reacting to what's been going on. Because even hear from my boy, not my boy, I don't know him. I follow his content. This is a independent musician, rapper, Airospvce. Dating back to around Memorial Day, where I'm still angry about.
If you're not saying nothing now, you're a fucking weirdo. Sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. There are beheaded babies on the fucking timeline, and y'all are debating on whether or not one side is wrong or the other side is wrong. It's very fucking obvious. It's very obvious. With all of these situations, with Sudan, with Congo, with Palestine, it is very obvious which side is wrong. And y'all are still sitting here confused, perplexed about who. Come on, can we cut the bullshit? Okay, cut the bullshit. You say it with your chest, okay? Free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan, free the world from imperialism. It's okay. We all got to go through a decolonization process, okay? Your government don't fucking like you. Your government is helping another government take care of their citizens while they helping big corporations become trillionaires. They don't care about you.
Mm-hmm. The clips help me stay on topic and then try and find my train of thought, which usually derails every now and then. And the fact of the matter is that this whole support for this genocide going on, which is actually it seems like there's no end to it, and it's bothering me. And I'm gonna go back into that accord later. I'll make a whole Palestine video before. It's just for the variety hour. I need to touch on that. And this is stuff that's coming out recently too, to elaborate and expand on that. So do check that out. But I do want to go on to more of my thoughts on this narrative war. Why are things avoided from our government? Because the day after October 7th, the report of the lie about beheaded babies, I saw the next day that information could not be confirmed and it was refuted. So it's like, good, that's good news. I don't want any beheaded babies on anyone. These are human beings, ladies and gentlemen. Children are innocent, and it's the most vile thing you could ever think of. But if that's the first thing they depict for you, you would not bat an eye on saying, all right, kill those all responsible. Missing the fact that they're saying that the whole demographic of people is responsible, and they go out and kill them and slaughter them and attack them. So yeah, the October 8th, when I found out that it was refuted, I was like, that's good news. I went back on to my vacation with my family. Then towards the end of vacation coming down, I've already told you the story before, I found out what was going on with the slaughter towards people, and that bothered me worse. And I heard on the news, they kept saying the beheaded babies thing, and then they even denied later, then went back to it. And then it's either the rape thing or this and that. And it was very eye-opening, and it should be eye-opening, because then it's a lie being promoted to the top of the president himself. Why? So they could continue this war and have every excuse of shooting and killing innocent people. This has to stop. But I'm thinking for a long time, this has happened before, and how many other times that we don't know of has happened before, where there's a scary attack and then a quick blame on whoever the government tells you or people in power want to tell you who is responsible for. So you're like, go get them. And then you don't care about conduct towards civilians because you're already filled with rage and you accept that in war, people die. But in fact, there's actually rules to war. There are things that you can and cannot do. War isn't just like, oh, we just got to win. do whatever we can or whatever we want. No, you have to. You can't attack civilians for one. There's so many other things that you cannot do, and certain weapons you cannot use either. So I'll play another clip we played before, a couple of them, then we'll move on to the next topic.
How many people know that on the morning of 9/11, a lady looked out of her apartment in New Jersey, looking over to the burning tower, the first one, and saw 5 Middle Eastern looking men filming it, high-fiving and cheering. She took them to be Arabic. She called the police. The police eventually tracked them down. They had traveling around in a white van. They were Israelis. They became known as the Dancing Israelis. They were arrested and kept in custody for 71 days until the ultra-Zionist head of the criminal division of the Justice Department, Michael Chertoff, released them. And how many people know that the same Michael Chertoff released the 200 arrested in the spy ring? And they went back to Israel. These 5 dancing Israelis, 2 of which were known by the police to be Mossad agents, said that they were there to document the event. Well, hold on. How did you know it was going to happen?
Something folly there. Also, I want to play another clip, but then I'll say my last point of view on today's topic with this, reminiscing about what's going on.
With Fox News. Fox News is Zionist news. Corporate Zionist news. You're full of shit. That's what you are.
I just want to ask you, do you care about the babies that were beheaded?
No, they were never beheaded. That was a made-up story. It's not true. It's bullshit. Show me the fucking pictures now. Show me the pictures. You're a lying full of shit. You're full of shit. You and Fox 5 News is full of shit.
Do you think that what happened this weekend is okay?
It is okay because it's international law. Resolution 242 says when an occupying force has the right to come in, when they occupy your country, you have a right, any means necessary, to defend your country with violence.
These men witnessed and survived one of the most deadliest attacks on an American vessel by a close U.S. ally, Israel.
The torpedo entered the ship right about here.
42 years ago, Israeli jet fighter planes and torpedo boats bombarded an American intelligence Navy ship, the USS Liberty, with a series of attacks. The assault lasted 2 hours. According to survivors, killed 34 crewmen, injured over 170 others, and nearly sunk the ship.
The whole story of it being an accident is just not true.
Although for decades the Israelis insist the incident was a case of friendly fire, the victims of the attack confirmed the Israelis were fully aware they were attacking an American ship.
Israel claims that they were not flying a flag and that was a mistaken identity, but I know for myself that we were flying a flag.
A lot of it we believe was covered up, that it was an intentional act by Israel to sink the ship with all hands, no survivors.
Why do you think they would have bombed the ship?
Their next plan was to attack the Golan Heights. So the troops they had on the Sinai now had to be moved to take the Golan Heights. The fact that the Israelis were massacring Egyptian troops, Egyptian prisoners of war. They had so many of them, and once again, they wanted to move all the troops they could to the Syrian border, and they couldn't handle the Egyptian prisoners of war, so they massacred them. So it's perceived that they thought that we were intercepting the fact that that happened.
This is a provocative act of war, would you not agree?
Oh yes, definitely.
What happened? How did the U.S. react when this happened?
USS Saratoga, which was I can't tell you how many miles away, but it was several miles away, launched aircraft to come to our aid once we got the Mayday signal out. And those jets were recalled by McNamara, I believe. They relaunched, and the second wave was called back by President Johnson himself. That he did not want, for whatever reason, did not want the U.S. involved in this on our side.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think Israel has too much money and they can have too many controlling interests in our government.
I know there was a conspiracy between our government and Israel at the time, so that's the reason why they didn't pursue it, and why the investigations and interrogations were done and covered up because of the alliance between Israel and the United States, which I think is wrong. I don't care who they are. You just don't slap a hand for killing 34 guys and wounding over 172 people on board a ship for no apparent reason. As far as I'm concerned, they're just outright murder.
And so 42 years after the Israelis bombed an American warship, the survivors of the USS Liberty are still demanding justice. They say they will continue to raise awareness about a provocative act of war that the United States not only refused to respond to, but also help cover up.
So I played those two clips back to back. The highlights, something that I think about often, among many things I think about. So it seems like this bond, this codependency of connecting our country to another country's desires and needs seem to surpass civilian well-being, American civilian well-being, and it seems to surpass American military well-being. And that's bothersome to me. Very bothersome. That's why when I say, or when I was saying that July 24th, America has a chance to do the right thing and arrest a war criminal, that would be amazing. But at the same time, seeing how far our political leaders will go to protect this new age Nazi regime, this new age Nazi leadership, I don't know if our government will ever do the right thing. And they have media control for it too.
Wait a minute.
Crazy. Is
the Daily Wire an American media platform, or is it an Israeli media platform? I'm just asking.
This guy's cooking.
I'm just asking. If the rule is, I'm just saying, if the rule is you cannot be critical, because he has no problem being very critical of America.
Yep.
He's critical of the left in America. Left is half the country. You have no problem eviscerating half of the country.
That's the current party in power.
But you can't criticize Israel as a country. That's just another country, unless you're saying, and you're clearly admitting, that the Daily Wire is an arm of the Israeli, I guess, media or propaganda machine. Is that? Oof. Are you manipulating the religious right in America? Are you manipulating the right-wing conservatives in America and selling them country western movies and putting on your little cowboy hat and fake moving to Nashville so that you could take all their money, and then in the process restricting free speech, one of the core tenets of the American identity? Ben.
Oof. Benjamin.
What is happening? There's trouble in paradise.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. So, yeah, the narrative war, the war on terror is a sham. It's really just an excuse for our government to take part in genocide. So, this stuff is bothering me, always is. And, everyone running for president from the red and blue all get money from the same lobbyists and supporters. Even now, they made a law where bribes aren't a bad thing. So now, if the lobbyists lose power to get money, at least having that law independently, they can still give politicians money to control this country. And to free Palestine is to break this toxic, violent system that is being supported, that is killing thousands of innocent people in Palestine, Sudan, and Congo, other places. And A lot of them are surprisingly connected. See, when I got into figuring out what's going on with how things move in Hollywood, because I'm a filmmaker. That's my love, but I don't know where I could go. I thought Hollywood was like a Hogwarts place that complements artistic integrity and artists and storytellers. But all these studios in power have these little, what I call dark circles, these little cliques or cults or whatever. Or maybe it's just a corporate company that doesn't even look at the artist as a valuable asset, just a commodity or something to use for a little bit, then throw away, or use it as an excuse to do other bad things, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and all this stuff. And I was realizing, wow, maybe this isn't the place to make dreams come true, but to uh, create something fake and grand and say it's a dream, but it's really a lie. And then just make some cookie cutter business of entertainment to keep the people distracted and sell them on something that looks like it has substance but really doesn't, and just makes the corporations a quick buck, something to franchise off of, something to make toys, pajamas off of, and new series. And it's cutthroat and it's just a lot. And then I stepped out of it and started looking at other things, other groups and other violent groups and all this stuff. Not just the KKK, which is yet to be labeled as a terrorist organization in America. They're actually labeled as freedom of speech, of all things. Yet when I say free Palestine, I'm the bad guy. So the last thing I learned about was actually the Rothschilds. When I got, actually, it was like about 3 years ago. I think 3 years ago, that came up to my attention. Then I looked into it. Then when I looked into it, a lot of things started to connect, and all this stuff is out there. And I was like, oh, so this group acts this way because of this, and them, and this here. And then you see that it's a whole system that's just destructive and toxic, and we're paying for it. And it's horrible. The world is crazy. Really wish I could help Palestine people. Me too. Because Superman would. I really believe Superman would. Superman's more than if he has his underwear on the outside or the inside. Superman is more than just going, ha, ha, ha. You know, in fact, the first depiction of Superman, he was a social justice warrior. Then they changed him. They made him more smiley. They made him spend time taking cats out of trees and then talking to people in a good way, and then going, ha, ha. They watered Superman down and he sold propaganda. Then that Superman came to being the one that we know. But over time, we got clever artists and storytellers. One group of artists and storytellers had Superman take on the KKK. And in that time, the KKK numbers dropped because of that comic book. Superman, the watered down version, had a story where he stepped up and he went back to fighting social justice. And Superman being beloved and known and cherished in American culture made numbers in a hate group drop. He's the only fictional character I could see in comic book history that ever did that. True, they had characters fight the KKK after that, but none had that response. None. That powerful impact on society in a positive light to help people change heart, help people see each other equally through an idea. That's powerful. That's why I believe Superman, he would go and help Palestine. But we're in a day and age where there are no superpowers. What we draw in our minds from papers that we read from each other, storybooks, movies, video games, all this other stuff. We know what's right and wrong. It's not just entertainment shouldn't just be a safe place to see what's right and wrong. It should be an epiphany. We should be having epiphanies from the analogy these works of fiction give us. And apply them in our real lives. Not just spend the rest of our lives figuring out what suit Superman should look in. Whack one or cool one, badass one, iconic one. Whatever it is. I just think we're fighting the wrong battles in that regard. I mean, some stuff looks flat out booty. Have a laugh and move on. Don't need that stuff. But if there is a Superman, it is with the people and what we do. So improve our actions. And I'm really sad that one homie looked like they had a flip out over what was going on. Couldn't really understand why they would do that. But I think they need to check out the rest of my videos. Unless they already have opinions. See, some people already have bought into one side and will refuse to listen to one thing and just say something angrily and then bounce. And I just hope they're well. No hate at all. It's just disheartening because I'm just sharing stuff for y'all to look into, really. I'm not a reporter. I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinions. And I guess we'll play one more thing before we move on to the next topic. I want to talk about Star Wars now. But check this out. This is from a conversation with, his name escapes me, the actor from the American version remake of The Office, and Serge from System of... That might be on purpose. Just like we said, news media is not really news. Like, come on. If it's straight up news, you should not be making money off of commercial revenue. You should not be able to be bought out to say certain things and highlight certain things like they do. So it's all entertainment. If it's someone on Fox News or CNN or MSNBC or whatever, BBC, they're just doing their job to give you a story, to get you engaged, to watch and sit through the commercials, and that's where they get their paycheck. And in the process, if they could sell you on propaganda, why not? One of the successful ways of the horrible Hitler was to invest in entertainment. So he controlled propaganda from every avenue he could to fit his narratives. When people hear him speak and say this and that, they're, without a thought, they bought into it. That's why we, as fans of all these comic books and these franchises, we need to be thinking for ourselves. We need to be thinking, what is this giving me? And we need to be thinking of the art and the value of a point of view or expression, the human condition in any situation. And I actually believe Star Wars was a key pillar in that for me. So we're going to move on to Star Wars now. But before we do that, I just want to say free Palestine. The occupation must end. That is the source of all these problems and this terror. And if we can have that stop, I don't know how. I think at this point, only God can do that. But like I said, July 24th, America, the leaders of America have a chance to do the right thing and arrest a war criminal. We'll see what they do. I doubt it'll happen. I think they'll just, anyone who speaks up about it or protests is going to be labeled a terrorist or something bad, and they'll just continue doing business in blood. Guns, oil, and dollars. Guns, oil, and dollars. So, check out this, George Lucas.
What happens when you go to the dark side is it goes out of balance, and then you get really selfish and you forget about everybody, and you ultimately lead yourself, because when you get selfish, you get stuff, or you want stuff. And when you want stuff and you get stuff, then you are afraid somebody's going to take it away from you, whether it's a person or a thing or a particular pleasure, experience. Once you become afraid that somebody's going to take it away from you, or you're going to lose it, then you start to become angry, especially if you're losing it. And that anger leads to hate. And hate leads to suffering. Mostly on the part of the person who's selfish.
Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. Such a beautiful thing. I love this Star Wars. Now I remember George Lucas countless times being inspired by the Vietnam War and other wars to approach the story of making Star Wars. Yes, the Force theme. Yes, let's go. So I really wanted to play that one among so many other clips I have. That's the only one I have uploaded though. So we're gonna have to YouTube some stuff. But the cool thing about Star Wars is the 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 light side and the dark side was not an indication of a different martial arts style. Jedi, Sith. I'm gonna make the left the dark side. And it was not just okay, blue and green lightsabers and a few others against red. No, it's literally good versus evil. Now you have two things in the world usually: hot, cold, tall, short. Um uh Different things that counter each other, not like a yin yang thing, because yin yang is a different theory in my opinion. So I don't want to use that as an example. But it's two opposing forces like magnets that won't connect. Yin yang is magnets that would connect. That's why I don't want to use this. Good here, evil here. Now, people could argue that evil isn't a real thing. I disagree. When we think of evil, we think of a selfish need that in turn to be fulfilled requires the harming of others or something, like that. So George Lucas was highlighting a aspect of selfishness, the need to want either power or treasures or something for yourself, and the obsession of losing it, turning you into something that could be violent to protect it. Now, I really believe violence is necessary as a form of self-defense to protect yourself, your well-being, protect those that you. If you're being attacked, just like the innocent people in Gaza, you have a right to defend yourself. Totally, especially under occupation. So the thing about evil is when you don't have anything to protect other than things that don't need protection. Like if you're not under attack and you need to resort to violence to get something you want, that's pretty evil. Now there's a lot of things that could tie to evil, like slander, dehumanizing people so you feel justified to hurt them, to take something from them. So we have Anakin going to the dark side. As I get older in life, I actually understand the lesson of going to the dark side for Anakin. Now, granted, I am critical on some of the scenes directing and writing in the prequels. I feel some of it came off really forced, but the story was there, and I got it because Anakin was obsessively in love in a mixed way for the right reasons and the wrong reasons for Padme. I think he it's not bad for him to fall in love with Padme. I think his need to have her because he loved her, that was the tip to the dark side. See, love should be selfless. We get confused with love, maybe because of our media, that love, because you love something, it means you deserve to have it. Or what you love, for some reason, has to bend to your desire and will and be given to you. Now, that's something that's promised you in heaven, in Jannah. So Um, in life, life isn't. I don't know. I don't want to say it's not fair. Life is its own bag, and you get the cards you dealt with. And you gotta make the most of it. And if you want another deck, you gotta do what you can to earn it respectfully, honestly. I just think. All right, let's backtrack. So, Anakin falling in love with Padme, natural. It's beautiful. It's okay. But because he felt he loved her, she needed to love him back, and he was so excited and anxious and looking to see if he could get that answer from her. And any moment that she did give him, either a glance, even credited her for being in his dreams. And he even seemed a little bit obsessive in his body movement, like when he was talking to her on the ship saying, or be with the people I love. Like he was really gagging for a response from her. And to sneak in a little kiss, he was, I think that part was creepy. Not so bad because she lent into it, but throughout the whole thing, you saw Anakin be a little creepy with her. Like even in her apartment when she said, "Stop looking at. I don't like the way you look at me." It's like, why not? Because it makes me feel uncomfortable. And he's like, "Sorry, my lady," and he's like, "He he he." That was freaking evil to me. Because right then and there, you could see the dark side of him kick in because he's trying to be flirty, but he knows that she sees it, and she felt uncomfortable, and he found some joy in there. I think that's very Sithy of him. Hey, if you're having a good night, bro, take care, man. You're bidding farewell. Hope you have a good night and good day. Thanks for swinging by on all my rambling here. But everyone, give Taladia Plays a subscribe if you haven't already. Link to his channels in my channels of links on my channel. Yeah. Much love, brother. Have a good night or day. So what I'm saying is, like, you saw Anakin's obsession for the love he felt, which is good, but the obsessive part and trying to have what he loved forcefully, that made me believe it. He would go to the dark side. And then after losing his mother, and then after finding out that he might lose Padme some way that he doesn't even understand, just the fact that he'll lose her was enough to make him obsessed to have linked to any way to have that not happen, and he could keep Padme in his life forever. He went to Yoda, and Yoda said that, well, you gotta be prepared to let go. Yoda knowing that Anakin was in love with Padme. So he says you got to train yourself to let go. People die. It's a normal thing. When they leave or don't like you, it's a normal thing. Let them go. You shouldn't have this attachment, because the obsession of the attachment is what's going to drive the need to grasp and take things by force. So why I'm bringing all this up is that with love, you can choose to love people without needing them to respond to you or take something from them or demand they bow to your love because it's so great. You feel it, and love feels great. You admire someone, you love them, but it should be a gift. And but they say, let something go. If it comes back to you, it's yours. So the love part, I would say, is the good side of the Force. The obsessive part, the taking of it, is the bad side of the Force. Now, the reasons we have the good side and the bad side is because the Force is something that both sides can tap into. But how you use the Force determines how you're good or how you're bad. Jedi essentially are good and have a system and a belief and practice of the Force that protects you, helps people, and you practice keeping your emotions in check. I don't think that the Jedi should be. We can go into the story of why that's a little bit not the wisest thing to do, where there is wisdom on the dark side, where you need to embrace your emotions, but they run rampant, and there's no law of how you go about with your emotions. Meaning, if you believe you need to kill someone, you will kill someone, which is wrong. So why I'm bringing this up in a very, very drawn out way, I hope I'm explain myself right, is that like love, you can love selflessly, kindly, openly, and whatever happens your way, you still have faith and love that you did the right thing and you won't do anything wrong. Like, you won't force yourself on someone. You will wait. You will act if there's consent. But if there's no consent, you won't do anything. But then on the bad side, if you love someone, then by all means, you believe you must take them. You must have them. You don't need consent. You could do this. Da, 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 da. So we need to know that there's good and bad in the world. There's good and bad in our actions, because that's how we'll do the right thing. Now, I've been watching The Acolyte, hosted by the Bat Channel. And something they said bothered me when they said that one of the actors said, I think it was the Chad character. I forgot his name. I call him Chad. You know, he's the dude who's always giving OSHA a hard time. Or so I think it is. The show is poorly written. I'll go into that more detail with the Bat Channel. Like and subscribe to the Bat Channel. But the thing is with that show, they said it's not about good or bad, it's about sides. Now, I don't like that. Now, Disney is known to support the genocide going on in Palestine and the government of Israel and their prejudiced, apartheid, racist ways. So when Disney is putting out Star Wars content and they're saying it's about sides you pick, it's not about right and wrong, I feel that's a narrative issue going on that goes away from what George Lucas was trying to do. George Lucas is trying to tell us a story of right and wrong. Disney apparently is telling a story of one side and the other side. So if there's two sides, they're both equal. You know, two wings of the same bird, two sides of the same coin, all that stuff. But if there's right and wrong, you know one is right and one is wrong. And to do the right thing, you should be on the right side. Now, I said sides. Now, if they change it to a side thing, they're making things equal. So they'll say, whatever side you pick is the right side for you. And then good and bad is gone. Then it's saying that everyone is good, everyone's bad. You just pick a side, and the side that wins is the one that you want to win. And that's a very warlike, savage-like mentality, and it's actually very dark. For Disney putting out so many fairy tale stories and princesses about doing the right thing, that's really dark to me. Because then if you eliminate good and bad, it's all going to be bad. And you just confuse yourself in being what's good. And that's bothersome. And that is something I think powers who fund whoever want people in America or the world to believe that it is just sides. And if someone's doing bad, you would not go, oh, that's bad. That's just a side. And you would accept it. You wouldn't question it. And that is very, very dangerous, my friends. And sugarcoating it that it's progressive for a certain group of people. No, Star Wars is progressive for all groups of people. You shouldn't focus on just one group of people. And again, I'll go into detail on that with the Bat Channel. Probably Wednesday if they have me back. they're kind of, they invite me and we have a good time. Those guys are good guys. I love the Bat Channel. You should too. Like and subscribe to the Bat Channel. And let's show something funny. Lighten the mood of Star Wars. Hope you all doing well. Shout out to Taladia Plays. Shout out to Make the Bat Flag Movie. Nope. Oh, it was a funny one of Legos. Where did I put it? I should really be way more prepared for these things. Oh, wait. Here's a good link. Here's a good one. Oh gosh, I have to scroll. Oh, I don't have to scroll too far. All right. Check this out. Check this out. Share screen time. This is from the uploader is Ahmed Basal.
You did something very interesting with Star Wars. If you think about it, the good guys are the rebels. They're using asymmetric warfare against a highly organized empire. I think we call those guys terrorists today. We call them Mujahideen, we call them Al-Qaeda.
When I did it, they were Viet Cong.
Exactly. So were you thinking of that at the time? Yes. So it was a very anti-authoritarian, very kind of 60s against the man kind of thing, nested deep inside of a fantasy.
Or a colonial, we're fighting the largest empire in the world.
Right.
And we're just a bunch of hayseeds in coonskin hats. Don't know nothing.
That's right.
And it was the same thing with the Vietnamese. Yep. The irony of that one is in both of those, the little guys won.
Right.
And the big, highly technical empire,
the English Empire, right?
The English Empire, the American Empire, lost.
Yeah.
That was the whole point.
Very, very dope. I like when directors talk to each other like that. It's so cool. So you see what I'm saying? The themes of Star Wars had to be changed if it's being told by a new company that supports a side in the world that's violently wrong. And that's something that I've always felt that Man of Steel got crap because of the stuff it highlighted. One of the things it highlighted was a sense of that genocide is wrong. And when he said genocide is wrong, imagine the people who are for genocide would not like that at all. So I feel that's like an issue we're dealing with. There's a theme that goes against some power that doesn't want people to start going, wait a second. That happened in this movie. Yet you guys are doing this in real life here. Uh-oh. That'd be a problem. And I think they feel they can't have that. Oh, I found it. This is so funny. This is so funny. Let's see. Who did this one? Who did this? Oh, there's Zack Snyder fan. Yo, that's awesome. Let's see. Man. It doesn't. Oh, here it is. So here's something funny for y'all. Check it out. And let me get the Star Wars thing out of the way because I made it a little bit big right now. Oh. And we'll get into the other stuff I'm going into today. All right, here we go. This is from One True Nerd King. He definitely uploaded it. I don't know if he made it. Let's check it out.
Anakin, I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power.
What is that?
It's a Mark I Desert Eagle.
Where'd you get it?
Why does this matter?
Because it's not supposed to be here. There aren't no bullets in Star Wars.
Yeah, there are. Mandalorians had them.
And where did you hear this?
Wikipedia.
You know you can't trust Wikipedia, right?
That's just more lies from the Jedi. So what you gonna do now?
Well, I can just block it with my lightsaber.
Think that'll work?
Absolutely.
All right, fine.
Because I got the reflexes of it. Those things are fast, aren't they?
Looks like you're running out of blood.
Now, just give me a second and I'll force heal.
Force what?
I said force heal.
How long has this been a thing?
Like, forever?
That's literally the reason I turned to the dark side. And you're telling me the Jedi could do this the whole time? Can I switch sides again?
No.
Why not?
Because you literally murdered children.
Just a couple.
Okay, you see, this is why you're not a master yet. You're just too immature.
I am not.
Okay, you just gonna stand there or are you gonna jump already? Because I got things to do.
Oh, I'm jumping. Could you at least leave my saber here?
Heck no, this is mine now.
I hate you!
Love you too, buddy.
Oh, this could not get much worse.
All right. And comedy aside, that was just for funny, but uh, but yeah, Star Wars. Yeah. Actually, don't the Tusken Raiders use guns with bullets? Anyways, I have to say, Star Wars was always in the background of my growing up, along with Godzilla. The most impactful things for me was Bruce Lee movie, G.I. Joe, and Masters of the Universe, and then maybe Transformers and Thundercats. I just really liked Optimus Prime, and when he died, I was like, I'm done with you guys. So yeah, Star Wars was the epitome of how I think fantasy movies should have been should always be taken. And in my opinion, is very serious. Aim for complete, absolute cinematic proportions, both in seriousness of tone. When I mean seriousness of tone, I want the world to feel immersive. Every now and then we get a lot of comedic type characters or scenarios where they kind of make jabs at the world and film that they inhabit, and I think that's kind of strange to me, and it kind of kills the vibe, you know. um but when you're immersed in the world, the rules of the world, the history of the world, of the movie that you're enjoying, be it Lord of the Rings or even a period romance, whatever, that the performance is at levels of great, I would just say, importance. And I felt that with Star Wars, it's very real that they took all the actors and took everything seriously, and also the production. George Lucas had to, at one point, the company said, no, we're not going to give you any more money. We don't even think this movie's going to do well anymore. We regret working with you, or whatever, all this stuff. George Lucas and Ralph Bakshi were going through the same hell. For Ralph Bakshi was trying to get the movie Wizards out and done, and then Star Wars was going to be. And in fact, there's a cool story. So those two were working to get their movie out, and 20th Century Fox stopped giving George Lucas money, and then he had to, go into his own pocket to fund the first Star Wars movie that the company didn't think would go well. But at the time, Ralph Bakshi's film was not called Wizards; it was called War Wizards. And George Lucas talked to him. He's like, "Hey, my movie's called Star Wars. I can't take a word out." Maybe they had a conversation, and I understand George Lucas is like, "I can't take out wars or star because I have wars in my title, and I need wars in my title." And then Ralph Bakshi was like, "War Wizards." They came to the realization that Ralph Bakshi would just call his movie Wizards, and it seemed like he liked it better. And I do like Wizards better. Then Wizards came out for a week, and then after that, according to this Ralph Bakshi interview, Star Wars came out the next week, and then Wizards was only in theaters for a week to be seen and loved by many. Because after that, everything just played Star Wars forever. Well, for a while. So that was interesting. And so for me, Star Wars, the lore and beauty of it all is amazing. I really fell in love with Star Wars with Empire Strikes Back and Return Jedi. For a while, those were my movies. It wasn't until I got the Disney Channel in the 90s as a kid. My mom got it for us. He's like, Disney, it's family friendly, cool, and everything, right? They would play Star Wars uncut. And that's the first time I saw episode 1 when we got the Disney Channel, sometime in the 90s. Maybe 92 was the first time I saw Star Wars. So I saw Star Wars out of order. So when they tell Star Wars stories out of order, it doesn't bother me. I'm used to it. So, but one thing I admire more about Star Wars, more than anything, is the movie magic put into it to make Star Wars. And I would say it's been inspirational from Empire Strikes Back, Return Jedi, Star Wars, to Phantom Menace. And that's it. The only cool thing I thought about Attack of Clones was it was the first film to be shot digitally. That was awesome. But all the movie magic of those 4 films I found very inspirational, because it wasn't until probably 2004 I told myself in my heart, it's time to be a filmmaker. And I look back at everything a whole lot differently. But what always impressed me more about Star Wars was the movie magic behind it. And I was interested in the movie magic behind certain films I loved. Like, that movie was so unique, this and that. How did they do it? How did that director do it? And I was always fascinated from then on, and probably still am. So that was very, very, very special. And it always will be. So I'm going to save more of my Star Wars commentary for later. I just want to get some of it out there and move on to the next topic. Besides, I'll be talking about Star Wars in the next 2 days over on the Bat Channel for sure. And yeah, so next on the list of things to go over today. Thank you all for being here, by the way. Where's my... here we go. So another thing I'm doing cool on my channel. Should I say this for the end? Maybe I should, because I have no segue to the other thing. Anyways, on top of... Okay, here's a good segue. On top of everything I'm doing watch parties, ladies and gentlemen. The last watch party I did was for the Restless. Now, speaking of film, this film didn't do well at the time in the box office. It didn't even break even. It was a $10 million project. I think it made only $9 million, give or take, in our currency. But the movie is gorgeous. It's amazing. The director has only done 2 movies as director. I think his other movie was The Running something. Oh my gosh, I went over it. But it came out in 2013, 2014, I think. And it didn't do well. So the director has only done this movie and that movie. And it got harsh criticism. I don't know if it didn't do well. I have to do more homework on that. So don't quote me on that. But The Restless, or Junchun, Midheaven, such a beautiful movie. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. And I think the company that put it out went under, because it's hard to find this movie. I only have it on hard copy. Where is it? I like to show off what I have sometimes. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So here's a DVD I have of it. Got this at Best Buy, and I did a watch party of it. It is for free on Daily Motion. You just got to play the movie and sit through maybe 2 ads, and then you watch it ad-free for free, subtitled. Check out my watch party for it. Trey of the Bat Channel and Retro Nerd Girl joined me. It was their first time watching it. And so you get to see their reaction and honest opinion of the movie and criticism and impressions and all that good stuff, along with the wonderful chat. We had such a great time with this film. It's such a beautiful film, and it's probably my favorite film of all time. It has so much comic book levels, creative world building, wonderful cinematography. It's wuxia, martial arts storytelling. And that's not my favorite genre of martial arts at all. I like more ground, more serious. I don't like all the superpowers, folklore part of it, or that side of wuxia. But this movie is so great. I don't mind it at all. It doesn't bother me. So one of my most or least favorite martial arts styles of cinema happens to be one of my most favorite films of all time. That's how good it is for me. Because that's how I know it's like, there's something special here, despite all that, style of fighting that I'm not truly a fan of. I mean, the more I watch it, I might appreciate it some more. But like I said, it's not my cup of tea. But this movie is my whole entree. I don't know where to go with that analogy, but this movie is great, and you can see it for free. So definitely check out the co-watch party of The Restless. And I think I'm going to do another one. And I'm thinking Actually, I am going to do it. But if you guys want to watch it, let me know. So I was thinking about doing my own cut of the movie so I could put it out there because I don't want this movie to be lost in cinematic history. This movie, I believe, if it had like Well Go USA or before that Dragon Dynasty putting out martial arts movies and action or suspense Asian cinema, I wish they put this out because it looks like Well Go USA had adopted a lot of those films put out. But anyways, it's something that should not be lost. This movie's so good. But yeah, you can check it out. So I was thinking about doing the Kojay cut of it. Now the Kojay cut of it is just going to be a different color palette. It might be taking liberties, but I'm just bumping it up. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's a scene from the film. One of my favorite scenes from the film. Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. Hi guys. Haha. Hello. Sorry, I was just being silly. All right. So this is a shot from one of the films. It looks gorgeous. It's it has a desaturated tone, I feel, in a very Zack Snyder way, but it's still gorgeous. But my cut of it is going to be the same. I'm not adding any scenes. I can't do that. I don't want to do it. I want to touch perfection. But like what I also do with Man of Steel, guiltily as charged, I like to up the contrast and play with the saturation and brightness and sharpness a little bit in some areas to make it look like this. Pow! See, it's kind of different. That's the original. And there's the Kojay version. I don't know. There's something about that it just gives me goosebumps. Maybe it's the Bollywood in me that likes strong colors. I'll give it credit there. But I'm going to do a version where it's just this. And then maybe that will be okay to put out. Like for people to download or something like that. You know how they have different cuts. Because this movie should not... I'm not for any piracy at all. I just want this film to not be lost in history. Now, Wu-Tang Clan, they did a really cool thing where they bought rights to kung fu movies that they really liked and they put it out like under them independently or something like that. And I have a few of them. And some of those DVDs would have a Wu-Tang music video attached to it. Oh, sorry, long day yesterday. Which is really cool. And I love that they kept a lot of films. You know, they're not, some of them are not the best, but some are really, really good martial arts wise, action sequence wise. That was like ahead of its time to set the tone for so many other things that, again, for that brilliance should not be lost in cinematic history. Thanks to Wu-Tang, they put out some kung fu movies that they loved that they bought rights to. So if I could do the same for this, buy the rights or attain the rights or help a company do the same to distribute it out there, that'd be great. Or maybe I'm just in the wrong region. Maybe over in the East, this movie is abundant. If you're in the East watching my channel, let me know in the comments below. I would like to know where I could find where to get more copies of this film. You know, I have it on. I have the Taiwanese release on Blu-ray. All this stuff. So I want to support this film because I want it to be known for all cinematic history, and I'm pretty sure it will happen. Because I remember Bandit Queen, the Indian film of Pulan Devi, graphic, violent film banned in India. And it's not Bollywood, it's legit film. There's no song dance sequence. It's under 2 hours, so it doesn't even fit the Bollywood criteria. But it's such a great movie and an important story for world history, not just India's history, and also powerful women history. Pulan Devi, her story was just amazing. Siskel and Ebert loved that movie, and that movie was able to see light of day in DVD form. Digitally, I think it's out there too, but I will look and find it. But yeah, for a while it wasn't, but movies should not be gone. I mean, there's propaganda films like Birth of a Nation, the first, not the remake. I don't know what the remake's like. I think they just did some story about the slavery days in America and just slapped on that name, because the Birth of a Nation was, we talk about Superman dropping KKK numbers. Birth of a Nation made KKK numbers rise, So hate films are rare. Propaganda films, we see them now and then. I don't think they're as important as they should be. But if it's definitely not any of that, good or bad, let the movie be out there. Let people enjoy it. Yo, Tommy Wiseau's The Room. That is beloved. And rightfully so. Tragically so. Ironically so. So yeah. The next movie I'm doing on my co-watch party is Train to Busan. I'll give you a little taste of it later if we're good. And look forward to that. Stay around for the dates of that. Now, segue over to my co-watch party. We are going to do... actually, wait a second. Back on the Restless. I think I could play a clip for you, since it looked like I could earlier with no problem. Hang in there with me. Let's see. I have to do a whole nother screen. That's silliness. Let's see. Oops. Oh, it went away. Dang it. Dang it to heck. Let me put this up so I could get it ready. Present. Do this again. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's play you a little bit of the opening sequence of The Restless. I don't want to spoil anything. All right, here we go. Haha. Here we go. Oops, let's get some volume. Yeah, that was him drinking some wine. Nothing weird. So yeah, The Restless, ladies and gentlemen. Do check out that watch party, and you can watch it for free. And or you can just watch a movie. You don't have to watch the watch party. Just watch the movie, love it, and support me supporting it. That'd be cool. And hopefully, I got to rent out a theater one day when I got the money to do so, and then put this on the screen just for a fan-free screening. That should be fun. That'd be dope. Yo, my boy Hitomi Haruko Seji's in the house. Yo, I haven't seen you in a while, man. I love you, dog. Everyone, give Hitomi much subscriptions and love. Glad to have you here, man. We're just talking about stuff like I usually do. But yeah, The Restless, this is probably my favorite movie of all. The usual, opening up with some talking about Palestine. Had a pro-Israeli person in the chat who didn't like what I was saying. Kind of threw me off for a bit. But yeah, just spreading the word, and also talking about Star Wars. Now talking about martial arts films and my watch parties and what I got going on my channel. Aiming to wrap this up. We're glad to have you here, man. We gotta chop it up again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Hitomi Haruko is an awesome commentator. I am so blessed to have him take part with some of the commentating on my channel, which is actually one of the things I was talking about. So as for the watch parties, I'm definitely going to be going over more of Super Sentai. This is Abaranger, told to me to be the #1 Super Sentai series of all time, or it's definitely the top 5. So many people love it, and it's actually a Super Sentai series I have not seen. I'm a big Super Sentai fan because I love martial arts, and I love any type of way martial arts is used. Now, I mentioned in The Restless, I'm not a fan of wuxia style. Now, wuxia style is the stuff that where the martial arts technique is so mythologically high advanced that you could jump in a direction and you'll glide in that way because your energy, your force to that punch or kicking the ground leap you like you're flying, but you're actually gliding or jumping through the air, and you can do all these things. Now, outside of Hong Kong that developed it, I think wuxia started in 1920 and 1930. I have to double check. The earliest films I think was 1960s, but it was inspired about around that time for sure. But we see wuxia style in outside of Hong Kong, where Korea, South Korea, we've seen wuxia used in the Restless, which is closest to yeah, it's kind of like fighting on the moon. Kind of, because there's still speed and gravity involved. It's just when you leap in great distances, you could fly-ish. It looks like you're flying. And I broke it down on my watch party, but wuxia, it's a genre period of chivalry and fantasy with extremely heightened, larger than life martial arts abilities. In earlier films, you could see that with the Temple of the Red Lotus. I think that title is also the burning of the Temple of Red Lotus. But Dragon Inn these are two pinnacle famous wuxia films, and over the years they've been advanced with strong directors and narratives and stories, where later on you get Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, House of Flying Daggers, and Flying Swords of Dragon Gate. These films have that wuxia style. Now, there's as I said at the watch party, and I am repeating myself, but this is a different show, so I can do that. Some people don't watch all my stuff, so I just gotta highlight things. Well, I have it here. Now, there's also Xianjia, which is even more extreme levels of fantasy and mythical abilities above wuxia. You'll find these are more over the top Dragon Ball Z levels. I would call Dragon Ball Z Xianjia actually. But you'll have like the Storm Riders. That is a classic version of Xianjia. And one of my personal favorites of the retellings of the story of the White Snake. I think Sorcerer and the White Snake, it's titled here in America. But that is a good example of Xianjia, where it's super, super over the top, where there's superpowers and different kinds of things, more special effects, more things that don't make sense, but they make it work. Super, super over the top. But yeah, we go back to regular wuxia, where people can, leap and all that. And other countries, including our own, does their own wuxia, like Super Sentai. In Japan, they have the sci-fi element of wuxia with Super Sentai that gets remade Justice League style, for better or worse, as Power Rangers. Or you get sci-fi worlds that allow the wuxia to happen, like in The Matrix. Total wuxia left and right. And it doesn't stop there, because technically all the ninja stories using the ki force around you to give yourself super heightened martial arts abilities, they won't be flying in there as much, but they do use wuxia techniques in shinobi films. And sci-fi with Star Wars using the Force. The Force is a sci-fi ability that gives Force users ability to use the Force as if they were in wuxia. But of course, it's their own style, which is really, really cool. So when we get to films like The Restless that uses wuxia, and then Super Sentai that uses wuxia, they all do it a little bit different, and I love it. And the key point of wuxia is when you're in the air and you have more air time to do shit. That's the main point you'll see that you do wuxia. Jet Li does a lot of wuxia, hybrid wuxia with on-ground fighting and wire works, and which is really, really awesome. Yeah. So I'm glad I was able to showcase on my co-watch party wuxia. So what I was talking about earlier, bro, you missed it. I played a real clip, or maybe came on but my watch party with one of my favorite movies of all time, that is wuxia. And check out my channel, the co-watch parties. Play the replay. I got links where you can watch this movie for free. Watch it. I don't want this movie to be lost in cinematic history. That is a shame. A shame, I tell you. So with Abaranger, let me see if I can find a clip that I can share of Abaranger. Let's see, best fight. Abare killer being a badass? No, let's see what's another clip someone has. No spoilers. All Gatai. Oh, they have they did a team up movie? Shut up. No way. Episode 5, they have a whole episode? No way. What? So I'm just getting a little geeky here with the stuff that's out there. Abare Killer versus Abaranger versus Dark Armor. Okay, let's get a little taste of Abaranger right now. This is from Hans the Boss. Ooh, 1.3K, 38K subscribers. Nice. And we'll take a look at Abaranger, which, for context, what is it? Wuxia reminds me of Shonen a little bit. Yes, Shonen is very Wuxia like. I would say One Piece is very Wuxia like. I would say Dragon Ball Z is more Xianjia, which is super over the top. So yeah, you get it. And Wuxia's cool because it's fun. It's really the East way to use what they have with their martial arts and folklore to make superhero stories that the West does, And I feel like Japan, with how they do all their video games, anime, manga, and Super Sentai live action tokusatsu stuff, they kind of Japan successfully uses what they did in Hong Kong with martial arts and wuxia, and what the West does with entertainment all in one. There's nothing like tokusatsu. So we're gonna enjoy a clip of Abaranger, which I have not seen the series at all. So when I do the Super Sentai co-watch parties with the Bat Channel, do stay tuned for that. I'll figure out how you could watch it with us. Legally, we're always doing things legally here. I'm on YouTube. Don't give me that crap. So be on the lookout for that because I've not seen Abaranger. Even though I'm a Super Sentai fan, I'm guilty of watching my favorite Super Sentai series again and again and again and again. And don't worry, that's on the menu too. So let's check out Abaranger and this clip. I didn't mean to say clip. That's a word flub. My own typo.
高台先生、次元の扉反応はあなたの仕業ですか？お前の新しい力、暴れマックス。なかなかときめいたぜ。いい加減にして、いつまで続けるつもりなの？それが戦いってもんだ。どちらかが死ぬまで続くのさ。
Henshin.
爆流。
Henshin has changed their transformation.
もう一度あの姿になれ。俺はまだ生きてる。
Oh! See, that's very Zanjia there, right there. Yeah. There's a weird buzzing sound in there. Let me take this off.
お前、ジャンか。いや、あの女は。アスカさん。アスカさんなんでしょ？
Oh! Oh, it's cut out of order. Whoa. I'm gonna have to stop it because I'm sensing spoilers are coming. Do you think a spoiler's coming? Oh, it's not, okay. We're gonna stop it there. I don't want any spoilers because I haven't seen this yet. But that is something we are looking forward to. Oh, it looks like it just touched his helmet. Hopefully, he didn't take it. All right. Ah, Super Corey! Yo, I was just talking about the bad channel and what we're doing. Yeah, I was just watching a clip of Abaranger. I was just promoting our Super Sentai co-watch party Super Sentai series. It says Super Sentai twice. But yeah, that is next on my channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really stoked, especially since you sense the Zyuranger. Yes, everything has a Zyuranger element, which is awesome. And yeah, I just love him. Abaranger versus Dino Thunder Henshins. Oh no. Ah! I almost saw a spoiler. I diverted. 5 Abaranger roll call. Let's see this. This is cool. This looks like this is all 5 of the Abarangers. So we're gonna watch this for more of our Abaranger hype for the co-watch party with the Bat channel. I'm so excited to get that going for y'all. It's gonna be great. So let's check out another sneak peek. I know, right? We don't want spoilers here. Another sneak peek of Abaranger.
Oh. 新井先生、絶対に来てくれるって信じてましたよ。行くぞ。
Oh, I like that riff. Oh, this is new. Oh, the quality is really good. Oh. So excited. All right, that's cool. I don't know why I did that time. My pterodactyl cry at the end. It's my battle cry. All right, I'm just making shit up. All right, so that's next on the co-watch party. So I got the Train to Busan movie coming up, watch party. And yeah, it does. Yee, I'm excited. So I got the Train to Busan co-watch party movie-wise coming up. I got to pick a date. I really want the Bat channel to be there, and Zodrider said he definitely wants to make it. He loves that movie too, so you could expect them to be there. So depending when the right time is, you will know. Best way to know soonest is to subscribe to my channel. Look out for my posts, baby. I'll let you know. But yeah, the Super Sentai series, I can't wait to get started. In fact, it's when I began the Super Sentai series to the end. Abaranger, the one I have not seen, that's said to be the best Super Sentai series of all time, has been highly requested already. And my channel a little baby size. I'm a little tiny sprout. I'm just a little tiny little tadpole of 621 awesome subscribers. And follow. Super Corey has good advice. Subscribe now. That's what's up. Be part of the 622. So yeah, so next on the agenda is I gotta stop saying I don't like that. The menu. Kitsune women's wrestling. Yo, if you're in the SoCal area, if you're near Glendale, come out to this is gonna be great. So Kitsune wrestling. Now, if you noticed, End the Hate. That is a mental health awareness campaign. Now, a lot of you know me from SnyderCut days. I'm very proud of helping get the SnyderCut out with thousands and billions of fans worldwide. Truly a monumental, amazing, beautiful thing that we did to get a director's cut movie out, because director's cuts movies need to be demanded or promised by studio to director, depending on whatever's in their contract, Because back in the day, for the Donner cut to come out, it's something called snail mail. It's not email. Most of you may not know snail mail is. It's like you write on a piece of paper, you fold it up real nice, put it up in an envelope, seal it up real tight, put a stamp that lets it go to the mail. Obviously, you got to put the address, and you mail it out that way, and hopefully they read it. A lot of time, or you call into the company. Those are the two ways to get director's cuts out. Because I remember when I was a little kid, hearing the adults talk, they would talk about a director's cut. How did they know this? Luckily, in our time, we have access to social media. We made this stuff pop. We, as in a bunch of us, got like billboards, advertisements. We did podcasts, we did shows, we did public events, we did public showings to get the Snyder Cut out. And it's awesome. I'll always be proud of that. And one of the things we did is old school snail mail. Yeah. One of the cool things we did is we promoted mental health awareness because the director's daughter committed suicide. That's a horrible tragedy. A year ago, one of my good friends took his life. And it's not easy, people. Then after we got the announcement for the Snyder Cut, which was after my birthday, which I wished for it, a few days later, my favorite female pro wrestler in Japan, and probably of all time, Hana Kimura, she took her life. Pushed over the edge due to cyberbullying. Now, there's a lot of folly that goes on online because it's easy. You're not face-to-face with someone. You could easily bully anybody. And that's wrong. You know, I was talking earlier on what's going on with Palestine and what Superman would do, the right thing. You know, online, we could all easily do the right thing and not engage in toxic behaviors because we don't know what the other person is going through on the other side. Hana Kimura took her life because people didn't like what was going on a reality show that she was a part of. And they bothered her, spammed her, cyberbullied her, and she took her own life. I mean, we don't know what condition people are in, but we should not be at the assumption that people are okay, that we just be mean because they're okay. Even if people are okay, you shouldn't be mean to them. Come on now. So that broke my heart because I felt this huge victory, but then this awareness that, okay, the goal of getting the Snyder Cut out for me, and I've made it public in any show I was able to speak my free mind, is that 1, get the movie out, 2, a return to the storyline, the timeline that the Snyder Cut was supposed to do. Because after Snyder Cut came out, it was still more movies done without Zack Snyder, the guy who mapped out the whole story. So we never got the Snyderverse back. That's why I was always like, hey, restore Snyderverse. In any form, whatever form it takes to give Zack Snyder the keys and permission and ability to continue his story, it's fine. That's what we want. So that was the other part. Number 3 was for artistic integrity. Don't do to Snyder what he did to other directors before him to anyone else. And we still hear meddling going on. So that was the third one. And 4 was better conduct with one another. And that's something we don't need a studio to help us with. We could do that just right now, this very minute, when you think about it. You know, check out the other fool who got angry at what I was saying about, you know, don't kill people and free Palestine. They took it offensive and they had a fit and they bounced. And that's their choice. But it's just like we're a message of being good and to care for other people and for people to be free and to not hurt them shouldn't offend anybody. Why is it even a problem to, why is it like rocket science to figure out this problem? I don't get it. And I feel that because we got one of the 4 things, I think there was a 5th thing, I forgot, but one of the 4 thing, 5th thing, sure, release the Airospvce cut. Come on now. That's part of it too. See, that's not even a victory. So the thing is, we get one thing and all the rest, whatever, is ignored. We can attain one though. We can be better to each other. People are too ignorant these days, especially. Is there more of that? But yeah, you're right. People are too ignorant these days. Maybe we're too comfortable, because I was too comfortable to care about other people. So why do I bring all this up? The mother of Hana Kimura is a pro wrestler, was a pro wrestler, and she brought this to being. Kitsune Women's Wrestling is a Japanese wrestling show in America. So Hana's mother was part of founding this. And the cool thing about it is we got Japanese wrestlers and American wrestlers and some from Mexico, some luchadoras, to mix it up in the ring. All for the price of $55 a ticket. That is awesome. The first show I think was like $40. So they've had the first show in LA. I went to that one. Second show was in San Diego. It was a little too far, and I think I was on a budget like I am now. So I didn't go to that one. The third one was in Glendale, and the fourth one is this weekend, this Sunday. I hope I'm not missing one. Yeah, I think it is the fourth one in Glendale. And then in August, they're back in LA, I think a different venue, to do a fifth one. But yo, this one's going to be cool. And we got to show you. Oh, here we are. Let's see. Where is this? Oh, there it is. Ba, 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 ba. So let me show you Sugoi. That's the show that they're doing. Here, let's take it from here. So this is their Instagram page. Give them a follow. July 14th, 2024, Japanese cultural event. It's cultural because there's a dancing Japanese group that performs before the show and at intermission. And yo, we're going to have such a great show. I mean, dang. Oh, this is going to be great. Lady Maravilla is going to be there. Oh, hey, Stark's there. Hitomi, your girl. Oh, man, it's going to be great. That's the other one in August. We already have Mini versus Miko Alana. Some art there. Yeah, J-Rod. She's a local girl. Against Marika Kobayashi. Oh, my gosh. I have a she's one of my crushes, Marika. Oh, my gosh. And J-Rod, one of my favorite local wrestlers here. Come on, that's going to be sick. Su Young is making her debut here. And she's going up against Jada Stone. That's going to be awesome. Jada is very vocal, and she's very heel-like material. So her going up against Su Young is going to be sick. It looks like they updated it. Oh, 4th of July sale. That's when I got my tickets. Got some bucks off. Oh, I think they updated their roster there. They're promoting Yabai. Brooke Havoc is going to be there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I want to see some more matches. Everly and Jasmine versus Milo and Simone. That's going to be sick. We got Brooke Havoc going up against Savvy Stone. Ooh. Oh, another show. Ooh, Su Yang against Carl. Whoa, a little gender match. All right. That's sick. So, yeah, follow them, support. Ooh, free hat. Well, to the first 75 fans in line. Ooh, I have to get there early then. I want a hat. Oh, dang. I want a free hat. Sheesh. Ooh. Aspen Rose. Man, she's great. Oh, she's going to be at the 18th one. But yeah, I think, Lady Frost couldn't make it. That's why they updated her one. I think there was some contractor. I forgot what happened, but they made a point of it. But the thing is, the champion isn't here. Unagi, which is strange, but whatever. This is the one I saw before at Glendale. This venue is, oh, here we go. This is what the venue looks like. So when you buy the most expensive tickets, it's for the front row specifically. Right here, if you can see my cursor. All the other tickets, you can sit anywhere you want around here. Now, any seat is a great seat. You see all the action. Now, this area right here And this area right here, hopefully you can see my cursor. This is where the wrestlers enter and exit. And then you have the DJ up here. You have another computerist here doing the lights and all that. And it's a great show. They had taiko drummers before for the intermissions, so hope they'll do it again. Yeah, that show, they had Unagi versus Janai. Oh, sheesh. That was amazing. That was a great show. Wow. So if you could fly out here, be here, be here. Yeah, Jasmine Allure. I wish you could. Man, if I had more money, I would buy you guys tickets to come out here. I wish I had more money. But anyways, yeah, Kitsune Wrestling, women's wrestling is awesome. Also, I got to promote them some more. Yeah, Janai Kai is good. She is. She is. Oh, man. She's, ooh. She reminds me of like Sagat, but as like a Shayna Baszler, but mostly all strikes. You know what I mean? Oh, man. So good. So good. So, oh, I should have, dang it. I should have switched tabs. What? That's the wrong one. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, yeah. What? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I went to their threads. I want to go to their website. I went to the wrong one. Good golly. Good golly. Kitsune Women's Wrestling. Pow. There we go. All right, so reminds me of Low Key a little bit. So yeah, here's their main website. Definitely check it out. Okay, I accept whatever. Welcome to Kitsune Women's Wrestling. Buy tickets and merchandise. What, they got merchandise? What they got in merchandise? Oh, I'll save that for another thing. But yeah, you could see the show on Kayfabe TV. And I think that's a website. But yeah, Marina Shafir is going to be there. It's going to be awesome. Man, I hate pop-ups. Leave me alone. Billy Starks. Oh, Lady Maravilla. Oh, this is going to be so cool. I thought Lady Frost couldn't make it. But it's cool. They the site gives you where you can find them on X or any social media so you can support the wrestlers. Support your wrestlers, you know what I mean? The indie ones are awesome. The owner of this, she really liked my luchador mask, you know, the Kojay mask. She and I took a picture together. I got to post that before the show. But returning to Kitsune Women's Wrestling is Janai Kai. August 18th. Los Angeles, man. This is going to be cool. So, yeah, I really want to support Kitsune Women's Wrestling. It'd be cool if they get a TV deal. Look, Zaya Lee is going to be there. Oh, man, Yabai is going to be sick. I'm trying to promote this Sunday, but I'm getting hyped for August looking at this. Yeah. But, yeah, it's really cool. They really have like a Stardom DDTs type of style. They have that hard-hitting Joshi. Oh, look. So she's not, the champ is not going to be at Sugoi? What? I hope she makes a surprise appearance. But yeah, she's been the champion from the beginning, Unagi, who used to be part of Tom Nakano's Cosmic Angels. Then when she went to the Indies, she did a bunch of Indies, and then she ended up here. There we go. Ah, beautiful. That was, Aja Kong. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we're gonna have a great time in August. But before that, hey, this guy, he's a local announcer, ring announcer host. It's cool to see him here. He used to do it was in Stanton. I'm forgetting the name of the show. They kind of changed the names. But yeah, he's a local guy. So a lot of locals for me. Oh yeah, she is there. Wait, are they just not updated, or they just changed the card? I don't know. I'm gonna find out, but I'm gonna record and document it and talk to you about this. Yeah, you saw Zaya. Yeah, she's awesome. So it's gonna be great. And what's cool about going to these is that they have a lot of meet and greets. So bring extra money if you want to see a wrestler, because You do got to pay to get an autograph or a signing or a picture with them. It could range from $20, $40, $50, $70, maybe $100, depending on what the deal is. It's another way to interact with the wrestler, but also help them out. You want to support your wrestlers because wrestling is such a gift. It's one of the most beautiful, purest forms of art and sport. It's a hybrid. So you can't call it one without the other, and you can't hold one against the other when you're judging it. I'll go into detail of that later. This is a variety hour, so I'm covering a lot of stuff. But yeah, support your local wrestlers, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, we're going to get to the last topic of the show as I planned for. SnyderCut FighterZ, ladies and gentlemen. SnyderCut FighterZ. This is a show I originally planned to end. Yeah, wrestling is so back, baby. Yeah, I love that we have options. I'm not hating any of it. No, I love wrestling. And which brings me to this. I mentioned SnyderCut and SnyderCut Wrestling. Oh, SnyderCut Wrestling. SnyderCut FighterZ. SnyderCut Wrestling is actually a thing. SnyderCut Wrestling was done by RT SnyderCut with collaborating with me. I just made a whole tournament, like a King of the Ring deal with Zack Snyder characters. We had Leonidas, we had Ray Fisher's Cyborg, we had Superman. Cyborg ended up winning the whole thing, and it was all on just for RT SnyderCut's YouTube channel. So you could check those from back in the day for that tournament. It was pretty awesome, and I intended this show to end 2 years ago, but I just never got around to it. So I'm not one of those people that leave things unfinished, stories untold. Come on, I'm here for restoration and director's cuts. So this is something I'm winding down to, and I'm really preparing the next episodes very, very carefully. Because if this is the last of SnyderCut FighterZ before I go to my original pro wrestling show, World Technical Fighting, which I will continue going forward with the longevity of my existence on YouTube, which is as long as I'm around, and YouTube allows me to. But Hitomi says, you ever thought about making a SnyderCut FighterZ RPG? I have not. That is an interesting idea. So one of the things I'm doing with SnyderCut FighterZ on the way out is actually preparing how I'm going to do World Technical Fighting. Now, SnyderCut FighterZ is my own pro wrestling league or promotion, the correct way to say it, based off of friends and I would say colleagues in the SnyderCut movement that I cross paths with and want to promote them or have a good time, and made characters based off of them, where they had our own pro wrestling show where we were simply fighting for the title. At first, I was making some social commentary where I fought we have Joss Whedon, Goff Johns or whatever, that we had to fight a few times, and it's a riot, and it turned into its own story, its own show. So we're actually going to see some of it. I even had a spin-off show, SnyderCut FighterZ Dark, where it was just matches. And you can see this all on my channel. And I just want to finish the rest of it, the story mode and all that. In fact, Hitomi's here. I want to pick one that Hitomi commented. Let's see. All right, we'll check this out here.
SnyderCut FighterZ, because as we
So
said,
yeah,
early
here's
on,
some SnyderCut FighterZ
Joko is part of
action
World
for
Technical
y'all.
Fighting.
And a nice vertical suplex.
Very
from
clean.
The challenger. Now going to lift her up for perhaps a body slam. Oh, drops her neck first right onto the top rope, and those ropes are unforgiving.
This is awesome. I was actually thinking about doing a SnyderCut FighterZ commentary show with this.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, this is such a great show. This is Battle for the Belts too. I got Battle for the Belts 3 on the way.
Kyoko here,
which I really want you back for, Hitomi.
And now a little bit of ring around the road. Here we go. Oh, nice cartwheel.
And I had to redo them because I updated
the champion
arena.
That the gymnastics and martial arts being put to use.
Julie, nice single leg drop kick.
Ooh, that was a nice running drop kick.
Kyoko single leg drop kick right to the face.
It's funny. I watched
the
this.
challenger.
I ended up commentating
and
it the same way I commentated.
Like a baseball bat.
She's still a fan of baseball. It's got to come out somehow. The Space Cowboy.
Oh,
Kyoko.
she missed that.
Oh,
yeah, nice.
Oh, Codebreaker. Or Backstabber. It's Backstabber.
Champion. Yes.
Yeah, Codebreaker's the front. Ha. See, you're helping my vocabulary here. Good
hey, it is true. My vocabulary is pretty
knee there. Sliding knee from the
shaky because I renamed
a little bit of that strong style.
That doesn't help me.
And look at those taekwondo kicks there. And right to the head takes Julie down, but right back to her feet as the challenger knows.
This has to be for the Muay Thai time.
Straight hook from the champion.
Yeah, and SnyderCut FighterZ, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, she's not letting her have a moment, but she can't afford it because Julie is striking a lot harder and a lot more powerful.
The few I downloaded, I make note of it.
So Kyoko has to do a lot of them.
This is what Julie's used to, you know.
Thank you, man.
This is what Kyoko's used to. My bad. She's used to.
It's okay. It's a lot of blue
guards.
So I don't know how loud this is.
She's used to, you know, scrapping down with her.
Just to be on the safe side, so I'm not jarring to y'all. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making cutscenes in between matches to help the promos. If I don't get enough of it in for SnyderCut FighterZ, it's definitely going to be used for World Technical Fighting. Because it's about time I get a new game. Almost time. I still haven't maxed out. I'm playing WWE 2K19. But I want to move on after I've maximized the complete customization abilities, and then I get the newest game that's best for
that elbow strike to
custom
the knee
creation.
And the leg will be
that's
great.
how I
That'll
always
slow
got
down
these
the champion big time.
WWE
Again,
games.
Damage to the knee, slow down the champion.
Yes,
Make those
cutscenes.
kicks hurt less.
Yes, exactly. Slow down the
So
kicks,
cutscenes. Let's see if I could
it's like chopping down the tree.
Show some of the ones that I've already done. Ooh. I think it was for Battle. Wait, was it for Battle for the Belts? No, I think it was for this pay-per-view. We even had our own pay-per-views, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. This one I had chaptered, I believe. Let's see. Yes, I did. I have it chaptered. So I should get around to it. I have all these chapters here. So here we go. Bam. So here's the cutscene I made. When I gave Battle Angel Alita a new hairstyle. They have two hairstyles that are in between her hairstyles. This one I felt I like the length, but I wish it was the other way and a little bit longer. The other one was the perfect style, but it was too long. But either way, you know, the Alita fans of Give Alita her sequel fandom and movement gave me good praise or decent praise for putting Alita in this. I screwed up for this pay-per-view. It was supposed to be every match was supposed to take place in every single arena. And I did 2 matches in one arena and totally forgot the Aircut one. So I felt bad about that. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the dialogue I had to type in. And pretty much I took these scenes and I tied them together, zoomed in to take out the bottom detail stuff to make it look more like a FMV or whatever. I tried my best at writing it. I just think sometimes I'm too, I explain things too much, or it doesn't sound like they're really having a conversation. Hey, yeah. So I want to do more of this. Also, I'll show you another way I want to do it, which is JRPG like. I think it was in the same show. So at this time, Fiona Zhang is the women's SnyderCut champion. And she is undefeated at this point. And she's retiring. Because I know Fiona was stepping away from socials, also because Twitter was banned in China. But don't say that they're tyrannical, because in America they're banning free speech in different areas, especially if you speak up for Palestine. So don't give me that crap. But yeah, she was just stepping away also for personal reasons. So I just wanted to give her a good send-off, SnyderCut Fighter style. But you know, the fighter's been around a few times. It's Fiona. So yeah, I had to cut all these together. One was an entrance, which wasn't even part of it. So I had to take the title off her so she could come out without the title. Because for this scene, she wouldn't be wearing a title. They don't put the title on around the waist. So I had to do little adjustments to help the visual continuity and stuff. This is weird. This is like a face versus face thing. But even though in face versus face matches, one face of face will fight a little bit dirtier because there's always a face versus a heel. All right. You feel me, bro? You feel me? So yeah, there's that. Oh, backstage with Divinity. So here's the other way. I'm gonna do the stories like that, where it'll be a picture. Now I'm thinking about drawing like my own artwork to resemble the characters, or I'll do still frames like this and put them in a background, and then just do this JRPG like story. I actually like this. I'm thinking about doing my own animated stories like this, where it would be like you just press play and watch it, and there's some music in the background. Oh, thank you. You could do it in a visual novel style. That's what I do for my shows. I gotta look into that. See, I'm playing with a bunch of different stuff. That'd be cool. I'll do any style, really. The story here was they had Sasha, at the time, Sasha Banks joined their faction. And they didn't have the tag titles. So Sasha and Kyoko would win the tag titles. And then Angel would defend the women's Erica title. And the deal was Sasha would give Angel the women's tag title, and Angel would give her the Erica title. So that way, Sasha can have her way to go. Because with the Erica title, if you have successful matches.
And on to our next one. This is a singles match between your boy.
But anyways, that's SnyderCut FighterZ, and it's a lot of fun. It's great. But the idea with Divinity in that storyline was that they would just exchange titles, because Divinity was the faction, but the team is Tenshi, which is Angel and Kyoko, and their tag team. They're just a tag team, you know. It's like FTR, Hardy Boys, you know. You can't see them apart. They're like tag team, the Briscoes, you know what I'm saying? So they want to be women's tag champions, and Sasha, she was the first SnyderCut women's champion, and she had a stipulation match against Fiona, where if at some point if Fiona won, then Sasha Banks couldn't challenge for that title. But in SnyderCut FighterZ, we have a rule. If the Erica champion is successful in 3 championship matches for and with the Erica title consecutively, they can turn that title in for a shot at the SnyderCut title, the #1 one. So if Sasha Banks couldn't fight for the women's SnyderCut title, if she had the Erica title, that would be her only way to get a shot back at the women's SnyderCut title. And if you see SnyderCut FighterZ 100, well, it's already done. I'll spoil it for you. If you don't want spoilers, 3, 2, 1, mute. So what happened is Kyoko and Sasha Banks were victorious, and they won the women's SnyderCut tag titles, which I think is called the Amazon's title. So they won it, but then Angel went up against she went up against Alita, who Angel actually cheated to get the title off Alita. Angel lost the title to Alita, so Alita won the title back. So there was no title. So Divinity's plans were in shambles. So they had a fight backstage, and it came to the point where Sasha put up her one half of the title up against Angel because she wanted to kick Angel out of Divinity. And Angel's like, "We're talking about, I'm the leader." So they fought for one half of the women's tag titles of SnyderCut FighterZ. And so that was that storyline. And that was kind of fun. So I did a little bit of storytelling with SnyderCut FighterZ. And I do a couple stuff, but it's just been so busy. It does take a lot of time to put it into this. But I want to see the story to its end. It's a very simple story. It's not based on anything going on in real life. Just these avatars inspired by people who are my friends and also people I respect in the SnyderCut movement, even to this day. Just having fun, giving them a shout out, because what we did with SnyderCut was monumental, and what we can still do with what SnyderCut meant, like with artistic integrity, no bullying, mental health awareness. We can still practice those stuff, you know? I mean, they may restore the Snyderverse, they may not, but what we have is a lot, and it's special. We could have more, but I say we could also have more in the areas that we can do. Mental health awareness. Let's be better to one another. Artistic integrity. Let's support all art and all artists. And if you don't like someone, then don't piss and rain on someone's parade. I mean, I do make a couple laughs on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie, but and I'm very vocal on stuff, you know, but I keep it to a limit. And when I catch myself doing that, you know, I try and stop, you know. But what I'll never do is attack someone or make fun of someone for having their own opinion or passion or thing. And if I have accidentally, I'm sorry, and I will do better. You know, stuff we can change and do. And also charity. Be charitable, yo. Especially if you're my fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. It's one of the 5 pillars. We have to do charity, and with our faith. So yeah, it's all good stuff. And that's SnyderCut FighterZ. This is coming up on my show. So just as ever, it was good to hang out with you guys. Thanks for cruising by, checking me out here on X, here on Twitch, and the main hub, YouTube. Subscribe to your boy Kojay right here. Check out the Restless watch party. That was amazing. Be on the lookout for my reading for Palestine, Israel, and the U.S. Empire. I'll be checking that out in parts. Go check out Kitsune Women's Wrestling. And if you can't be here in Glendale, check out Kayfabe TV and their website of women's wrestling, Kitsune Women's Wrestling, for more details of how you could watch. And if you need help, you know, I'll look into it and I'll post something about it. Also, our cool watch party with Abaranger. That's going to be cool with me and the Bat Channel. Also, check us out tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm joining the Bat Channel with the rest of Acolyte and all that good stuff. So, all in all, free Palestine. Treat each other with love and respect. Like and subscribe to your boy Kojay right here. Shout out to everyone who came through. Let me see this. Shout out to Sean Franklin swinging by, dropping some love. Shout out to Taladia Plays. Like and subscribe to him. Make the Back Fleck movie. Thank you. And the person who disagreed with me, I hope you're well. I'm sorry you didn't like what you were seeing or hearing, but I hope you sincerely look for what's really going on and you're not hurting anybody. And Super Bro Corey, what's up? Thanks for swinging by, brother. Much love to you and Hitomi coming through, which I look forward to talking to you soon and collaborating with you on the next SnyderCut Fighter stuff and going forward. So I'll leave you at that. I appreciate y'all. Much love. God bless. And check out this preview for the next co-watch party coming soon to your boy Kojay's channel right here. All right. I'll see you then.
맨날 다음이라고만 하고.
아빠를 안 보고 있는 것 같으면서도 다 보고 있다, 수환이.
팀장님, 기차 타셨어요?
점심 전에 들어갈 것 같으니까.
돌았냐 이 새끼야?
현재 대전역에 군대를 배치하여
Stream's over. Whoops.